In the most recent dev talk, they showed off a bunch of in-game images, but with this text here, that's not really sort of any real language. This is translatable though, and thanks to the hard work of people in the Discord, Kung Fu Chan for doing the deciphering, and then Dench for actually translating everything, we have translations for all of the stuff that was shown in the developer commentary, so let's go ahead and take a look at all of it. I typed it all up onto the actual images, and we can see if there's anything new that we can learn about what they've shown us so far. So here is the first one. This is the chroma code. At the top, it's supposed to say 3. It's 361 days remaining, event in progress. And this is just for some sort of limited time rewards, which we'll take a look at in a few slides. Progress bar here, and then this is the item to unlock the chroma codes, which we don't know how we get this. We'll find out eventually, and we don't have the name for it yet. This is probably just their internal name. And then we have Haru, a flickering gleam on a rusted anchor, and Renoa, roses awaiting the coming morning. So we don't really know if there's like what other units are going to get it, if it's going to be 5 stars only, or 4 stars are going to get it. We'll find that out later on. This is just because the banner shifted on the second image they did, and this is just the other part of the thing. And you can see Renoa doesn't have one, so she doesn't have the special reward, because we'll take a look at it later. So here is inside of Haru's, a flickering gleam on a rusted anchor. The description just says, a high school girl with a clear and radiant smile, Haru. The abyss hidden beneath her cheerful demeanor slowly rises to the surface, where indeed is the place anchored by a rusted weight in the darkness. And then some of the story names: temporary deploy, this is waypoint, the T is kind of cut off. And then here, this is battle mission, maybe? We just have battle M for now. Not too much to really learn here besides just the description. So here is one of the interesting things. This is the rewards for doing Haru's trauma code, but this says limited time achievements. And I would expect that, first off, I don't think 361 days is the actual timer. It's pretty common in games like this to just have like new content give you bonus rewards for doing it during that patch. So I wouldn't be surprised if the timer for this was like the duration of their banner, or if they give you like the duration of the entire season or something. So I think Haru's probably going to be in that preseason that we get, so I don't know what timer they'll put for her. But I wouldn't be surprised if for like future characters it's just the duration of the season, or just like 2 months or something. And here you can get some stars. There's 6 missions total. Once you finish all 6 of them, you can get this little badge thing here. I actually don't know where we use this. I would assume it's some sort of profile thing, but I don't remember. If anybody knows, you could say it. I don't remember where we used this, but it looks like new characters, we get a little badge for them. And then this is our seasonal content, Galactic Disaster. And there's a bunch of things here. So first up, there's Chaos, this week's achievement score. So this looks like we have weekly Chaos runs to do. Chaos runs took kind of long in the playtest, but that was one, I felt like we were rushing it early. Like, we could have just hit higher levels and done it, and we didn't have gear. Or we couldn't hit the higher levels because we were gated by story, even though we had the level for it technically. And then we didn't have gear, so I'd expect it to not be that long. We don't know if this is 1 act or 2 act either in the Chaos. The 8,000 points, typically the way games have this set up is that if you do a full run of the content, then you get 8,000 points. So this should just be 1 run of Chaos. Don't know if it's 1 act or 2. And then here is the story for Galactic Disaster. Nebula Distortion. I don't know if it's in a later slide. It is. So this is the battle stuff. The Great Rift first half. I have no idea what this is. But a timer, so it doesn't look like it unlocks immediately. Something that'll unlock a week or so into the season. We have the exchange for the shop. They've mentioned that there's stuff like ego manifestation materials in here. It's probably just a bunch of random stuff in here. Challenge missions. These probably give some stars, maybe some cosmetics. And the timer of the season, 65 days remaining. And that's all we have here, really. And here is in the story, Chapter 1. The future of the SS Nightmare is still shrouded in uncertainty. Every course it charts leads closer to the embrace of death. A welcome visitor from afar. We have a future unknown, investigations department probably, and Tuhei. I don't know what's coming after this. It's just the early look at some of the stuff. Probably 6%. I wonder how they got that. And this is the nebula distortion thing that they showed. So here we have the boss names, I guess. These are probably like boss challenges. We have Kentris, Family Head, and this is the Act 2 boss from Zone 3, City of Mist. So these kind of just looks like boss fights, and we have challenge rewards, which I would assume give you some stars. And then we have the Chaos. This is the one with the weekly achievement score that we saw over here. So it looks like we might be getting a new Chaos every single season. Maybe they'll just add this to the existing Chaos manifestation as the seasons end. Exploration level, this is probably just separate, like this is specifically for the new Chaos. It's called Research Lab 0. This doesn't have an actual name, it just says Chaos Event Item Tip. This might be just like a drop rate thing, because that's what it's for, the Zero system, but Kaguya's Pharmaceutical Secret Laboratory. Chaos is triggered, but it has been thoroughly concealed from the outside world due to the pursuit of forbidden research. And these are just some of the alerts telling you about what you will find inside. It's just mutants and nihilium. And then next up is the Zero system. So I only translated this thing because we actually have everything else translated already from a dev talk. But here, this one is Zero Orb Chaos level unranked. I don't know what this refers to. But here is what they've shown before in a different developer commentary. Maximum difficulty achieved, exploration. There's a thing missing here, but it just says boss info. So in case you missed this, you can just see some of the stuff. This is one of the difficulties. We have different difficulties that you can select in Chaos, or in Zero system rather. Chaos Orb acquisition increased by 10%. There's a save data limit. Rare fate occurrences, the question marks increased by 50%. And then this is just one of the modifiers. There's other modifiers. This is from the, I forgot which developer commentary, but it's in one of them. So you can see the more a little bit more Zero system stuff in those. And this is when they showed the upgraded mental breakdowns. So this is actually not like real translatable text. My guess is that instead of using English as the base for these, it uses a different language, maybe Korean, but I don't think you can like back translate that. Plus I don't speak Korean, but we can read this anyways. It says, "No, my APAE QJKYSKYACQ." So she's saying something, it's just not English. And then here, CUCUUVWA, whatever, yeah. We'll find out what this says when the game launches. And then you can see here, like same thing with the card descriptions, like this isn't English based off of the links. And here is the more interesting stuff, which is the shops. So this actually, it's again not English, so I didn't bother translating any of this. Like this says YYJI, and this says something something S. I think that's U. I don't remember, but this is USU. I forgot what this is, and then JI. It's definitely something considering these both say shop, but this is the partner shop, and we can see that they added an extra one. So they split up the Ingo manifestation and the partner ones. So this one here is partner. And then here is the Ego manifestation one, which did have English. And you can see it because I covered it, but it's the one over here. So we originally had 2 shops in the playtest, and now we have 3 of them. One for Ego, one for partner, and then one for the little yellow currency you get for getting 3 stars. The Ego manifestation material are called memory codes. And you can just see here, there's one for like each character. This little thing here is X1. We have the, what is it? This is the limited banner ones, and then this is the standard banner ones. 2 purchase per account. And then these are just the shop categories. They don't have actual, like names for it yet. You can see it's unique 2. So these are the 2 using the purple currency, and then legend is using the yellow currency. And we can also take a look at this, which I think is kind of interesting, just the shop names. So we have this one, shop category subscription. Subscription, maybe it's because they usually have either the battle pass for $10 or the $5 monthlies in these sort of Hoyo games, which it's just a bunch of stars, pretty much, or like whatever the gacha currency is, for $5 a month. So it might be this one, because it says subscription, so I would assume it's one of the monthly packs. They could have more packs as well, I'm just assuming, based off of like other Hoyo games. And then the Flash of Starshine package, I have no idea what this is. I thought this was going to be the $5 monthly. My guess is that this is the Battle Pass, but it's also weird having the Battle Pass not be like a separate menu. Usually these games have the Battle Pass be their own menu completely. But I'm going to say this is the Battle Pass. Flash of Starshine, I'm going to say is the monthly $5 pack for a bunch of, like, I think they're called crystals in this game. Proto's regular supply is probably just like other packs. Yeah, this is also not uncommon. I'm basing this largely off of Wuthering Waves. But Battle Pass, $5 monthly for crystals, and then just other stuff to spend your crystals on. These three shops were already in the playtest. Momentary Memory package was this here. Ephemeral shop, and we had Zeronium and Exchange shop. You can also see the prices have changed a lot. So it was 600 for partners before, and in the most recent thing it's 300, so it's literally halved now, which is absolutely insane. We'll see if they maintain those prices, but it would be nice. And then Zeronium and Exchange shop are here too, which I guess I can just show them. This is the hero shop with the partners. This is the yellow currency shop that I was talking about. There's some stuff at the bottom not shown because I already bought it, but you can buy like the usual 5 monthly limited and 5 monthly standard rolls here too. Zeronium shop has got some stuff. And then this is the regular exchange shop, which has stuff for Prism module, and then Anchor is where you exchange your crystals directly for limited or standard anchors. And then purchase crystals, I would assume this is just where you straight up buy your crystals directly. And I think that's everything. Oh, this is the base shops you can see here. This is actually the first tab. But yeah, that's everything. We didn't get too much info, but it was nice just taking a look at all of the stuff here. See if we can get anything extra. The main thing I think is some info about the shops. Like, we see that there's more things here. We don't know exactly what they are. I think these are all just honestly just real money spending. But the prices being halved on the partner stuff, I hope stays, because this is really, really cheap. Would be very appreciated. And then also some stuff about like just Galactic Disaster in general. We have a weekly Chaos run to do. We have some of the boss stuff, and then yeah, not too much, but it was still fun anyways. See you guys next time.